Y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. Y'all, we are headed out on an adventure. So I've been working. I was editing some video, writing some lesson plans, and I looked out the window and I saw, y'all look at the sky. Excuse my windshield. Saw that it is an absolutely gorgeous day. And I said, that is the perfect excuse to stop doing work and get outside. So, we're going thrifting. We're gonna head out and hit some thrift stores and see what we can find for books. There is a progression of Goodwill stores through town. So I'm debating if I want to start at the closest one and work my way out, or start at the furthest one away and work my way back in. And there's a method to my madness. So the furthest away one is the biggest one, and I suspect they're going to have the best books. But it's the furthest away. And I figure I'm going to stop once I get a bunch of books. At least that's what I'm telling myself. So my goal is to only buy books that I really think I'm going to read. Let me think about, I'm going to go that way. My goal is to only buy books that I really think I'm going to read. And y'all, I know that sounds silly, but I struggle with wanting to buy things just because they're a good deal. And at the Goodwill, everything's a good deal. So that's going to be my goal, is only buy books that I really think I'm going to read. And I'm not going to commit to actually read all of the books that I buy, though I probably should commit to that. I'm not going to, because I feel like I'd be getting myself a little bit out over my skis if I do that. But that's going to be my goal, is to just buy books I think I'm actually going to read. I'm going to stop talking and let y'all enjoy some of this ride, because it is absolutely beautiful here. So I'm going to spin y'all around and let y'all see where we're going. We're at Goodwill store number 1. It is the one right close to the house. So I'm going to run in. The intern has assured me that they have books here. I don't recall ever seeing books here, but I'm going to go see what I can find and I will report back. Well, that was a pretty good score. They did have books, and I got some books. I broke my rule a little bit. I picked up one book, The Great Alone, that I will not be reading because we've already read it. But y'all, I could not leave Lenny in there all alone. What if somebody takes her home and they don't love her the way we love her? So she was coming home with me. She can sit on the shelf by my other copy of The Great Alone. And I picked up Louis Grizzard's Chili Dogs Always Bark at Night, because go dogs. I was not leaving this in there. So that's that. But I also got a bunch of other books. We'll look at those when we get home. But for now, we need to head on to our next stop. So let's go. Y'all, we are fixing to head into Savers, which is obviously not a Goodwill. It is similar to Goodwill, but it benefits the Disabled Veterans Association instead of the Goodwill. This parking lot is an absolute dumpster fire because the people that plow it don't know what to do with the snow. And the people that come here don't know how to park. So we are parked in the back 40, and I am going to hike up to the store and see what I can find. So I will report back when I'm done. Well, that was a very successful adventure, but I was not kidding when I said that people in this parking lot are crazy. So I am parked lined up with the parking spaces. So parking spaces go this way. Can y'all see this truck right here? See how it's like facing at us? We should not be able to see the headlights of cars that way. I'm tempted to drive up that lane and show y'all that park job, but I'm honestly afraid. So I'm going to get us out of this parking lot, and we might head to one more Goodwill. We actually have a pretty good haul so far. Let me see how far that Goodwill is, and we might go there. Hang on, I'll check back in. There's a Goodwill store 1.8 miles from here, so it would almost be a shame not to go there, but I have to show y'all this. See that red truck over there? That's a plow truck. And it just bashed into the snowbank in front of it to create its own parking space. I'm out of here, y'all. I'm slightly horrified. So we are going to head to the other Goodwill. There's literally nothing to see at Well. There shouldn't be anything to see on the way. So I will check in probably after we're done there and headed home. We are at Goodwill number 2, thrift store number 3. It looks kind of small, but we are in a part of town with lots of college rental places. So hopefully we'll find some good books here. So I will report back my findings when I'm done. Y'all sit tight. That was most definitely worth the extra trip. I don't love driving in this part of town because everything seems so squished together, but that's probably just me being spoiled. So I got a bunch of books here. I got a couple of series, like multiple books in a series, and I haven't read any of the books in the series, so that might have been a bit of a dicey choice. I'll show y'all what I got when I got home, and let me know if you've read any of the series or any of the books in the series. Let me know what you think, all right? So I'm going to get out of here and head to the house, and I will check in when I get there and show y'all everything that I got. All right, y'all, we have made it home. I've unloaded our haul and sort of sorted them. So let's just dive in because there are a lot of books here. Fortunately, I don't know really anything about a lot of them, so this won't take very long. You've already seen the Louis Grizzard book that I got and The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. So this actually guides us into a starting place with these books. So that The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna, we've already talked about. I read it, I've reviewed it. I got this because I didn't want to leave Lenny in a Goodwill store in the middle of Minnesota. But y'all, I have already found a new home for this book, so it will be headed out in the mail today as soon as I finish this video. So y'all quit judging me. I also picked up 2 other books by Kristen Hanna because that book made me cry so hard and broke my heart into so many pieces that I just wasn't ready to read another Kristen Hanna book yet. But it's time. We got to jump back in that water. Get back on that horse? I don't know. Anyway, so I got The Four Winds and Firefly Lane. I'll probably read Firefly Lane first just because look how pretty it is. I have no idea what either of these books is about, but they're written by Kristen Hanna, so I'm pretty sure they will be great characters, fantastic settings, and they will make me cry so hard that I want to die. That's what I know about those books. And y'all, I'm just going in no particular order because there is no order. I'm going to put Louis Grizzard over there and picked up White Fur because, y'all, listen to this description. A stunning star-crossed love story set against the glitz and grit of 1980s New York City. Yes, please. How are you going to say no to that? I know absolutely nothing about the book, the author, anything. The intern just came in. Hey, babe, what you doing?
Got off.
All right, then. Got a book called You Have to Kiss a Lot of Frogs. Obviously a book about dating. Kelly Ripa says, you never knew bad dates could be so good. I'm excited about this one because y'all, I don't have to date anymore. I also got All the Wrong Places, which I believe is a mystery, maybe, about dating on dating apps going very, very wrong. I don't know. We'll have to read that and see what that is. I picked up a Barbara Kingsolver book because I haven't read one in so very, very long. I got Prodigal Summer. I know nothing about it, but I do know about Barbara Kingsolver. I've read a few of her books, and all of them have sort of a moral tale. Somebody dies, she breaks your heart and makes you cry. So that's what I expect from this book. Fangirl is about a fangirl who has to deal with sort of life in the real world and how fan fiction is looked at and judged by other people and how that affects her. So I believe that this has to be young adults. So I will read this at some point and let you know what I think. I picked up a copy of Where the Crawdads Sing. I read it a while ago, but I didn't have a physical copy of it. And y'all remember when I said that The Great Alone gave me Where the Crawdads Sing vibes? Y'all, I am such a sucker. I honest to goodness didn't realize how much the books looked alike. I know. Probably just a coincidence, right? I'm a sucker. Anyway, Where the Crawdads Sing follows Kaya, who was orphaned. Was she orphaned? Either orphaned or her parents leave or something happens, and she grows up almost feral in the woods of North Carolina. So you follow her through her life. It is a fantastic book. I know it already. I don't care. I'm going to read it again, and then we'll talk about it. We might do I was going to say we might do a read with me on that one, but we're not going to because I don't want, because we're just not going to, because y'all don't need to watch me read that book. I picked up Little Fires Everywhere. This is another one that I've read, but I want to read it again. And I read it with my book club, so I had the Kindle version, and I wanted a physical copy of it. I don't know why. Probably because it was $3.99 or $2.99. I'm not sure where I got this one. I got The Woman Who Stole My Life. Y'all, I am thoroughly intrigued by the idea of this book. This is about a character who gets sick, and I think she ends up in a coma or something for a while. And her doctor ends up writing a memoir as her. And she realizes when she sees it in like a tabloid or something. So her doctor essentially stole her life. So I think that's super interesting because then what do you do? Anyway, so that's that. Then we get into some, I was going to say some mysteries, but I don't even know what this stack is. Saving Max is about this boy Max whose mom is a psychologist or psychiatrist or something, and Max has some mental health issues. That mom has issues. No, I think mom a lawyer? Mom's something. But Max has some mental health issues that mom struggles to accept or deal with until Max gets into some trouble. So then her whole goal, like her whole focus is saving Max. So then she has to truly sort of accept his challenges or what it is that he has going on. That's as much as I know. I haven't read it. I'm going to read it and I'll let y'all know. A is for Alibi by Sue Grafton. Everyone has probably read a Sue Grafton book. I've not until now. So I got A is for Alibi. Along with that, not along with this, but sort of along those same, I've never read, so I probably need to. Y'all take a breath. Nicholas Sparks. I've never read a Nicholas Sparks book. So I picked up The Return and A Bend in the Road. These were like this one was $4.99. I think this was $3.99, and they were buy four get one free, and I had a 20% off coupon. So I figured at that price, even if I hate Nicholas Sparks, it was worth it. Y'all, I know I got to read a Nicholas Sparks book. So I got these. I know nothing about either one. They were just at the Savers. So let me know what y'all think about Nicholas Sparks. Along those same lines, Jojo Moyes, have not read one of these. So I picked up Me Before You. And then at a different store, I got After You. So I got Me Before You and After You. Me Before You, I think, is about... Oh, is this the one that's about the woman who is a carer for a rich man who's in a wheelchair? I don't know. That's all I think I know about this, but I don't really know if I know anything at all about it. I've also never read a Colleen Hoover book, and I'm going to have to read one of those. So y'all let me know. Have you read any Colleen Hoover books? Let me know what you think, because I know what I think, but I haven't read any of them. So I want to know what you think. All right, anyway. I got Hissy Fit by Mary Kay Andrews. I read this a long time ago. I love Mary Kay Andrews. I've no doubt I'm going to love this book. Okay, I have no doubt that I already loved this book and that I will love it when I read it again. I think this is the one where the bride, something about a bride and things going wrong, and she throws a hissy fit and then has to rebuild her life or something. So I got this. I got an Ellen Hildebrandt. Remember, we just read an Ellen Hildebrandt book. It's sort of fluffy romance, beach ready, but with a little tiny bit more to it. I like the way she develops her characters. I say that, I've read one of her books. But anyway, I got another one of her books to read. I got Sweet Tea and Sympathy. I know absolutely nothing about this. Nothing. Holly Harper. Anybody know anything about this book or this person? It's a Southern eclectic novel. No idea. I don't even know what a Southern eclectic novel is. But I couldn't help myself. Look how pretty it is. So we have that. Now, let's get into this. I got these serieses. I'm not going to go through each book in all of these. I don't even know that these are a series. Something Borrowed and Something Blue. I think this is a much like Hissy Fit, I think this is a... Oh, sorry, I moved my camera and now it's all kitty wampus. Character fixing to get married, something goes wrong, like groom hooks up with the maid of honor or something. I don't know. I can't remember. I think I knew at some point, but I don't know anymore. And then, so I think the bride from this book is the main character in this book as well. She maybe leaves her hometown where she lived in this book and goes somewhere else to start a new life. I don't know. I'll let y'all know. But this seems really familiar to me, so I don't know if I read one of these or started one or read some Emily Giffen books. I don't know. I'll let you know. Now, these I know nothing about. Haley Merlin and the Secret Coven. I have 4 books in this series. And from, I'm not going to be able to hold these. Oh, look at me. I have 4 books in this series. It's a huge commitment because I know nothing about the author, nothing about the books. And y'all, it occurred to me when I got home and looked at these, look how pristine these books look. That's probably a bad sign. I wonder if that means that somebody else bought these books and was like, oh, these are horrible, and then just dropped them off at the Goodwill. From what I have read, it seems that Harley Merlin grew up in foster care, has some kind of secret power. She can read minds, knows people's feelings, something. Doesn't know where she got the powers. I'm not even sure that she knows that she has them. But then she finds out that she got the powers from one of her parents, and then she becomes involved with a secret coven of other people with powers. I don't know. But so then I'm guessing that we continue through these other books with these other people. I know that was a fantastic synopsis. But y'all, that's what it sounds like when a student writes a book report or a book review or something on a book they haven't read. I feel like that's exactly what I sound like. And I have read many of those book reviews. Insurgent and Divergent, I know very little about these other than that everybody has read them or watched the movies. I believe they are dystopia. I believe that they are dystopics And that's really all that I know. So I'm going to read Insurgent, see how that goes. I'm not a fan of dystopic anything, games, shows, books, poems, anything. So it was a fantastic idea for me to buy this book. These might also be dystopics. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. Red Queen and Glass Sword, I believe are book one. They're book one and book two. I believe Red Queen is book one and Glass Sword is book two. Y'all don't worry. I'll figure it out before I read one. Unlike in the Moose Springs books, I'll actually make sure to read book one first before I start reading. But these are, they appear to be young adult-ish to me. Look at the, can y'all see the writing? I don't know. It just looks a little young adult lit-ish to me. But they are based on a society that is striated based on like blood color. And if you're okay, I don't know. But I think if you're a red blood, you're one thing. And if you're a silver blood, you're the other thing. Like you're royalty or a servant. It's like a royalty class and a servant class. And one is red blood and one is silver blood. I don't know. Maybe it's not dystopic. That doesn't sound very dystopic. I don't know. But look how pretty the books are. So it's got to be good, right? Finally. I think this is my last book. The Academy Saga. This is the first book in a series that I know nothing about, other than that I'm assuming it's based in schools, being, you know, the academy and all. Looks like there might be some brown chicken, brown cow going on. And that's all I know. Y'all, honestly, now that I look at this book, I don't really know what made me pick it up, like what it was about it that intrigued me, but it was $4.99 in the 4 buy 4 get 1 free, and there are no exchanges, so I got to do something with it. Y'all, that's all of my books in my 31 book thrift haul. I know, please don't judge me. Let me know what y'all are reading. Not that I need any suggestions, because apparently I have 31 new books to read. But seriously, if you know anything about any of these books, let me know. If you've read any of them, please let me know. And if I need to be warned off of any of them, I would love to know that. And let me know what you're reading. All jokes aside, you know I'm always looking for suggestions. Y'all, thank you so much for coming to my channel. If you haven't already done so, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I upload new food and fitness videos every Monday with book videos sprinkled in between. See you on the next one.